informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Stay right there. The Shrink and Wrap Show starts right now.
Saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for the place called Lee Ho Fooks, gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein. Ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo. London. Ahoo. You hear him howling around your kitchen door. You better not let him in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again. Ahoo, werewolves of London.
Werewolves of London. Well, what about werewolves of Tampa? Hello out there. You're listening to the Shrink and Wrap Show. My name is Tracy, and welcome to our show. Happy Halloween to everybody, and let's make this day a great one. We have a spooky, spooky hour. It's going to be a good hour. I've got some great guests here. I've got Cynthia from Ghost
Slayer.
Ooh.
Ghost Tours.
So if you want to hear about some Ghost Slayer tours, stay tuned right now. We also have Master Hoon.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. And he's going to tell you how to conquer those fears and how to get those things out of your mind and all that stuff. Right? We're going to talk more about that.
Absolutely.
And can anyone guess who sang that song?
You know, I should have known you were going to ask that and looked it up really quick.
Yeah. You did?
I should have looked it up while we were doing it, but I didn't.
Okay. It is Werewolves of London by Warren Zevon. I hope I'm pronouncing
that.
Yeah, I won't either. It's way before our time.
I never got that.
Way before our time. And Master Whom, you don't even remember that, do you?
I'm 84, so.
What about you, Cynthia?
What?
Did you know that song?
I've heard it before, but I didn't know who sung it.
You've heard of it. Okay. Yeah. And Ed, thank you for being here today. And
big shout out to Ed. Hi, Ed.
Hello. And he is, what is your costume today?
Well, I'm going to take it off because you guys didn't dress up.
I did dress up. I'm a pumpkin.
That's lame.
No, it's not lame. I got a cat.
I got a cat.
Here. See, I'm a kitty
cat.
I'm
sorry. I didn't see the cat. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
So I could be a cat and transform into a pumpkin. This is a Jessica Simpson orange dress, by the way. So I thought this will be easy, right? You can transform into anything.
Perfect.
Yeah. By the way, I did go to a Halloween party last week, and I put these tattoos on, and I couldn't get them off. So I walked around with all this stuff on my face, but you have to have 100% alcohol. And if it's not 100% alcohol, it does not come off.
Oh, that would have been easy. Yeah. Just get some Jack Daniels or something, rub it on your face.
Well, I had to have that just to walk around with what was on my face. Yeah. So anyway, but welcome to everybody out there again. Happy Halloween. And I'm your host, Tracy. This is my show, Shrink and Wrap Show. And this is your community station. And we're here to lift you up because nobody should be alone in life. Everybody matters. And we want you to have a good time. And we're here. We share what we do on the Shrink and Wrap Show is I have shrinks who are licensed therapists. And I have a ton of friends here in the community and businesses that come on. And what we do is we share each other's thoughts. Everything on the show is suggestions and opinions. And just because someone has one thought doesn't mean it's right for the other. We all agree to disagree at times, and that's what we're about. But it's all about our community. Our community matters. So welcome to my show. And please don't switch the channel or dial. You're on 106.1 FM. And thank you for being here. So that was Werewolves of London. And I also, I'm going to start off with a little bit of a of a Loosen Up song. But today we're going to have, again, I'm going to call her the Ghostbusters. Is that okay to kind of
I'm a paranormal investigator.
Oh, is that for real?
Mm-hmm.
Like for real? You went to school for that, right?
That is for real.
So there is no school for it.
Okay, I thought.
So self-trained pretty much. You do get, I mean, I did take classes, but it's not like you can get a bachelor's in paranormal.
but the type of classes, like, I mean, that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Stay tuned. 106.1 TAN Talk Radio. So, and then we're also going to be talking to, we'll have Trish on here for our nonprofit events. We'll have Renee talking about our nonprofit events. We have Janice and her husband, Chris. Detective Jay. Yeah, depends on which hat today. So
depends. I'm Detective Jay today.
She has brought everybody together. So you're going to be
you brought everybody.
Yeah. Well, I kind of said it.
You did it.
Well, no, you did. You did.
There you go.
And we're also going to have on today a friend of mine. Her name is Lisa. She is in a huge contest for Fabulous 40. I'm going to talk to her, and we're going to try to get your votes for her. Rowene is going to be on in just about 3 minutes here to talk about how to control fear for about 5 minutes. And I want to thank my sponsor and everybody that's been part of the show. So let's get it rolling. Let's get our Loosen Up song. I need it. I need it. I need it.
Sweet. He's so fine, he can be beat. He's got everything that I desire. Sets the summer sun on fire. I want candy. I want candy.
So I want candy, but my mom taught me to stay away from strangers that give out candy.
That's it.
What's y'all's take on that song? I Want Candy. That's a very, very old song, right? Do you remember that song?
I know that song.
Do you know who sings it?
Johnny.
Beep. Wrong.
Oh.
Next one.
Oh, no.
Ed, you're the DJ. DJ Ed.
Well, seeing as how I had to look it up to play it, I would have to say Bow Wow.
You're right. Very good. When in doubt, look about. It is Bow Wow and Wow. It's Bow Wow Wow, by the way, just to let you know. All right. Anyway, I Want Candy, and that's what everyone's going to be getting tonight, right? But definitely. And we're going to talk today. Happy Halloween. Just to let you know again, Halloween is celebrated, as you know, on October 31st because it is the eve of All Saints Day. And Halloween also, it symbolizes the autumn harvest season. So today I thought it would be really neat. We're going to talk, first of all, Halloween is really, really scary, right? I don't know about you guys, but I really do get scared. I get scared. But we have Rowene, our shrink number 4, that is actually going to talk a little bit about fear. And this is all in fun today with Halloween, but I also would like to have her back on one day to have a serious talk about how to overcome fearful thoughts. So do we have Rowene on by chance? And she is going to be on the line in 1 minute. Do you know anything about Halloween? Like, do you know what color represents Halloween?
I think black. What do you guys think? Purple? What do you think?
Orange and black.
Orange and black. All right,
Okay.
good job. I'm going to go with orange.
Okay.
Good
And
job.
why is that? Why is it orange?
I don't know.
I always think of pumpkins.
Pumpkin.
Because of the
Okay.
harvest. Yeah,
The
I think
harvest,
so.
right.
There's a lot of trivia. You got to check it out. If you want to know some Halloween trivia, look it up. There was a lot, and I have a packed show today, but very good. So, Rowene, are you with us, shrink number 4?
I am. How are you today?
I'm here. I'm happy, and I'm here, and we're scared over here, but we're good. Happy Halloween to you, and thank you for coming on.
Steve. Thanks. What are you scared of?
I'm just scared of everything. I'm scared. I got things moving on here. What is this? Like, I've got like things that are moving and it's spooky.
You have to
Those are
Cynthia.
dowsing rods.
Dowsing. We're going to learn about
Yes.
more dowsing rods in a little bit here, Rowene. But
Oh, nice.
yeah. So I wanted to ask you, Rowene, because Halloween, fear comes with it, right? And on a serious level and kind of a funny level, but we are going to take it to a serious level on another show. Tell us how to overcome fear.
Well, one of the things to be aware of is that fear and excitement feel the same in the body. It's our judgment from our ego self that tells us, oh, we should be excited about that or we should be afraid of that. And so it's reminding ourselves that fear is a judgment
Mm-hmm.
about whether we're safe or not safe. And fear can stand for false evidence appearing real. So you can ask yourself, what is the truth of the matter about this? And use some history and some experience to pull in what's the truth. And what's the truth about for other people? Is it the same for others as for you? Because fear tends to change depending on the perception of the person.
Mm-hmm.
So breathing. And the other thing about fear is it's the next step outside our comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And once we get through the fear, then we can get to learning and growing. So check your safety against your past history and the past history of others and see if they've experienced it as harmful. Know when you're safe. And remember that fear and excitement can feel exactly the same.
But can I say something, Tracy?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Of course.
okay.
That's what it's
So,
all about.
okay, so this is one thing, and I referenced to a book called The Gift of Fear, called by Gavin de Becker, speaks of fear that it is the one thing you cannot, real, true fear you cannot manufacture.
Yes and no. For example, my granddaughter was afraid of all dogs, no matter how big, no matter how little. She manufactured that based on what stories she had heard with others, not on the reality of the dogs in her life were not harmful to her.
So then,
fear is contagious.
okay.
It's one of the things that we see often in news reports, in politicians, in all kinds of places where they stir up and encourage fear so that they can be the savior. So it's important to know that, yes, fear can be created by others and by listening to them and hearing them and believing them. So it can be created.
I think that's interesting because in his book, I think what he's talking about is life or death fear. So that absolute life or death fear cannot be manufactured. So I want to reference that, but I completely understand what you're saying. That's good.
Rowene, can you repeat the one statement you said earlier? False evidence. There was a statement. I didn't get the other half of it.
False evidence appearing real.
Appearing real. And I love that. That's really important because and that's why I cannot wait to get to master whom. Is it with an M or an N?
With an N.
An N. That's why I keep questioning. I'm sorry about that. It's H-O-O-N.
H-O-O-N.
Yeah, Master Hoon. And that's why you got to stay here for the second segment because he's going to talk about how to control your mind for that. So all this whole segment goes together from Halloween to fear to paranormal to how to control your mind and listen to my songs. Listen to everything on my show. Listen to the lyrics of the song too. So false evidence appearing to be real. So also, and fear is contagious because I can tell you when someone's running, I'm going to run too. I don't know why I'm running, but I can promise you I'm going to run.
Yes. Now, to the point of the person who wrote the book, yes, if it's true life and death fear, if you're drowning, if people are pointing a gun at you, that is not fear that you can control. That fear is survival.
Yeah.
And that's very different than what most of us experience on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Right. So, Rowene, we're at 3:20 right now. So I love that we opened up with that today, because listen, it's the quality of what you get out of something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got 2 things that were great with the quality of what you just said. But, you always come on here, Rowene, for all of you listening out there that are driving on the Veterans Expressway or driving in St. Pete or Dunedin or Clearwater. We have 4 different licensed therapists that come on, and we will talk about this subject of fear, because it's something we do need to address. And so, Rowene, you will definitely come back, right? Well, and I would like you to come on the show and maybe have a full hour on it.
That'd be great.
Yeah, because we're going into the new year, and I think we need to change some negatives into positives. When things aren't working out for you, or you have the same patterns, or things aren't right, sometimes you got to make that change. And without change, I always say there's no butterflies. But you've got to be mindful, and I can't wait for our second segment to be talking about that. So thank you, Rowene.
Yes,
Rowene, tell everybody what number they can contact you if they want to talk more about fear before our next show.
You can contact me at 813-857-2401.
Thank you so much, and we will be talking to you. We'll be talking to you probably the next 2 shows about that. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
Thank you.
great.
Happy
Take
Halloween.
care. Happy Halloween.
Same to you. Thank you. All right. Now, bye, honey. So now we're going to shift to the Silent Slayer, and I would like Detective J to do a great introduction, because she made this connection. I've never heard of this, but I'm going to control my fear right now. Oh, look who's trying to scare me right now. It's Juno.
Juno just came in to scare us.
She's the Tan Talk mascot. Hi, baby. Okay, she's here to protect us. I Courage the Cowardly Dog.
You know what? So we'll go right into that. Cynthia, you are a paranormal investigator, and I know that you are the owner of Silent Slayer Ghost Tours.
Yes.
And I took my daughter-in-law, her and I went, and we went on a beautiful tour with you in Safety Harbor. And, being a retired police detective, I was, a little skeptical, but I've seen a few things that made me kind of go, right, in my career.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when we got to the tree and the flashlight was off, and then it came on, and then it went off, and I had the video, and then we actually had the orb that it followed around, that's when I was like, okay, this woman is amazing. So I just want to hand it over to you. I wanted to thank you for that tour and just tell you, I know you are legit, and I give that credibility to you.
Before we get started, I also, with that, and thank you for that, but I like to there's a lot of listeners out there that Cynthia, I want you to know, Cynthia is a certified tour guide with a lifelong obsession with the spirit world. Her fascination with the paranormal began in childhood, and I read a lot about that. Was it your sister or your aunt?
Well, I had 2 aunts. My aunt and uncle had a house with poltergeist activity back in North Lake, Illinois.
Wow.
Her bed shaking while she's in it. Things moving on their own. My cousins would talk to 2 ghosts in the attic.
See, I'd be calling Rowene right then, but go ahead. Yeah.
My mom always calls my dad's side of the family the witchy side. So on the same side of the family, my great aunt Norma used to talk to a ghost at the end of her bed every night.
Oh my.
Yes. And
so, yeah.
So throughout your life, from that's kind of, you feel like it's connected in your family. This is a real deal. This is for real, right? You're not like punking us. This is like real, like you live like this. This is not. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
I like it.
I like it. Wait, where are the lights? Ghostbusters. Woo! Okay.
There you go.
Setting the mood down.
There you go. I like it.
Okay, so awesome, DJ Ed. So, are y'all scared? I got the lights out.
Okay. I have 2 masters sitting next to me.
I feel very safe with all of y'all.
I'm safe and a paranormal investigator. I'm very safe.
So, is that what inspired you to start your ghost tour? Ooh.
Oh my God.
So, I've always been fascinated by the paranormal, supernatural ghosts. I love hearing ghost stories.
Yeah.
And so I've been on a lot of ghost tours. My first one was with Richard T. Crow back in Chicago. Unfortunately, bless his soul, he passed. But he was an excellent, best tour guide in Chicago. And but that was, oh my God, that was in the early 90s. So it was a very long time ago.
Yeah.
And then
you talk to him now that he's passed? Is that the type
I
of
never
ghost?
tried to connect with him.
You don't wanna connect to him, yeah.
But I have been on some really great ghost tours, and then I went on some really bad ones, and I'm like, wow, I could do this easy. So
Yeah.
Okay.
And we went on another tour. I'm not going to name it, but I compared. And yes, I agree with you. You do a great job. You have
Thank
a
you.
lot of history. The history itself was so important, but then when things started happening, I was like, okay, is this for real? It's for real. It's happening.
yeah,
Seriously, you believe all that? Like it's all
Yeah.
real?
I have it on video.
You
Yeah.
do?
I have
I
lots of videos.
Yes, I have it on video. What it exactly happened that night. I
Uh-huh.
watched it, and then these rods just started spinning in my hand.
We're going to
and-
talk about those in a minute,
and-
right?
Yeah, she's going to talk about it and
Yeah.
tell you exactly what they mean.
But there's some ghost tour down in the Keys, I think, that our nonprofit host went to, Trish. And I think and there's a doll down there, too.
My-
And I
yes,
don't do
there-
dolls. Yeah.
So our tours are authentic. They are
Yes.
not theatrical at all. So we don't wear costumes. We don't pretend like we're
Right.
characters or anything like that. And we do bring paranormal equipment for you to use on all of our tours.
Right.
Now in Key West, my favorite tour guide, I'll give him a shout out, is Southernmost Ted.
Is that the one with the doll?
I don't know if he goes to the doll
Okay.
museum, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of fearful of Robert the Doll myself.
Oh, my gosh. If you're scared. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, bad things happen with Robert. If you don't ask permission prior to taking his photograph, bad things will happen. So people, hundreds of thousands, well, not hundreds, tens of
Dang.
thousands of people have written in letters apologizing to Robert.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. I have certain prayers for that, like a prayer of,
And how about animals? They always talk about animals really do have senses about spirits and everything. You believe in that
Yes,
as well.
they're very good ghost hunters.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
So
That's why she's in here.
Yeah.
She loves
So
sending
I'm a foster mom for limbo chihuahuas, and so sometimes
Oh.
I'll have a chihuahua at my house, and they'll sit at the end of my bed staring at outside of my bedroom door, and I'm like, "What are you looking at? Like, why are you staring? There's nothing there."
Maybe that's why my friend Jen has so many chihuahuas, one for every window. Did you ever watch Courage the Cowardly Dog? Have y'all ever watched that?
What is it?
Is that the funniest show? Like the dog, it's called Courage the Cowardly Dog. And he sees all the ghosts that his humans do not see. And it's
Yes.
hysterical. It's actually funny. Well, let's dive more into this right now. So where did Silent Slayer come from?
Yeah, where does that name come
So
from?
another Key West story. I was fishing in the Keys on a charter boat, and the captain named me the Silent Slayer because everyone was more interested in taking photos for Instagram. And here I was reeling fish after fish on the side of the boat. So he's like, "You're the Silent Slayer." So years later, I was like, "Wow, that'd be a perfect name for a ghost tour company."
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
And the other thing is you have ghost tours, not just Safety Harbor.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about where you travel.
So I do the Safety Harbor tours, downtown Safety Harbor, and then I have Ace Chapman who does my tours in Tarpon Springs, and then we have Ginger Mason in Palmetto,
Mhm.
and she gets to go to a yellow fever cemetery, so we're all jealous.
Mhm.
And then I also have Alex Rouleau who does the downtown Tampa tour. So he's our youngest guide at the age of
Downtown
19.
Tampa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Hey, you two are kind of quiet over there, you little. You're scared? I know.
There's
I
a
am
ghost
too.
behind you.
It's getting a little cold in here.
No, it's getting cold, but y'all are using your technique, right? And martial arts. You're using your technique.
Doesn't it cold mean that there's like ghosts kind of nearby?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're feeling a cold spot
know
over
what?
there?
Right.
You know what? It really is cold in here.
It is kind of cold right there.
No, but it wasn't cold before she started talking. Listen, all of you out there driving, we're all in here now. But if we don't get out of this room, you know where we're at. We're in Clearwater off Myrtle Street, Tan Talk Radio.
Yeah.
Ed,
The investigator.
Ed, you have your sword ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, what scares you more than ghosts?
Clowns.
Oh, yeah.
After the first Poltergeist movie, when the clown doll drags him underneath the bed, ever since then. And my aunt with the house with the Poltergeist activity, she also had little clown figurines and the velvet, clown paintings all over the house.
No
yeah.
way. Yeah, clowns I would put number one, wouldn't y'all? Even over ghosts. Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
you can kind of see, feel, whatever,
They don't
but
bother me really.
I don't like
But
clowns.
I've never encountered a clown that bothered me, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I've encountered clowns, don't let
Yes.
me tell you, but not those kind of clowns.
Right.
Yeah.
okay, well, who is Mike?
So Mike is my
Yeah,
spirit
who's
friend that
Mike?
likes
Mike.
to follow
He was
me
with us that
around.
night.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how did you pick up Mike? How did Mike pick up you? And tell us a little more about this.
So-
I want to know what vitamins you take in the morning too. Seriously, I want to know.
So I go to a psychic medium every year. I've been doing the tours for 3.5 years. And when I first started the tours, Michelle Torrey, my psychic, The Spirit's Voice is her channel. She's like, do you ever feel like you're being followed when you start the tours? I'm like, all the time. She's like, oh, well, Mike starts the tour with you and does the whole loop until you're done. Well, this year in March, when I asked Michelle, hey, what's going on with Mike? She's like, oh, now he's walking to your house. And I was like, why doesn't he just like get in the car? But he does show up at other locations out of state with me. He'll come up on my spirit box either by saying his name, the letter M, or code word is beer, because I always joke around with him and ask him if he wants a beer. Why, you have a beer in your purse? That's very strange.
I do.
Maybe he'll come around.
Okay. No, I don't want Mike to come around. No,
Now-
seriously. But I am going to tell you because we had them on last week. Is that my phone?
Gord
Anyway.
Gone Wild.
Yeah. And this is from Tampa Bay Brewing Company, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My goodness me. Sorry about that. So, yeah, was that Mike calling me?
It might be.
Yeah, no. So I do, because this is such a cool, they were on last week, Tampa Bay Brewing
Yep.
Company. Remember? So it's very, very festive. But I don't want to give this to Mike. This is going to
No.
DJ Ed. Sorry. So tell us more about Mike. He's a friendly ghost.
So Mike, unfortunately, was hit by the train in Safety
Oh.
Harbor and passed away in his early 20s.
Oh.
We used to have passenger train service with the train depot back in the day. So this happened in the early, 1920s. And the reason why he follows me around is because I look like someone that he was in love with back then. So he's my spirit boyfriend.
Wow. So Chris, you guys, have you ever felt like someone's following? Like have you ever felt the presence where you're like, I wonder if someone's behind me? Have you ever felt that?
Sure, but we do a lot of training,
Yeah.
and we used to always say you don't have to be the best or the fastest. You just don't have to be the slowest one.
Yeah. That's the key. But I don't think you can run from Mikey over here. So, wow.
Yeah.
So are you psychic?
No, I am not psychic. My only psychic ability is scent. So that's my only psychic ability. I did take a class with Cindy Kaza, the famous medium that's on the Travel Channel.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just scent. That's it. So I'll wake up in the middle of the night with fresh baked chocolate chip cookies in my face.
Wow.
I live alone, so that's kind of strange.
Yeah.
And then I've been on the way to investigation with Sam, my investigator, and I'm like, do you smell fresh squeezed oranges? She's like, no. The windows are up. We're driving in the car. Another time I was in Arcadia at the old Opera House to do an investigation, get out of the car. I smell wildfire. I said, are there wildfires in the area? Everyone's like, what are you talking about? I don't smell it.
Mhm.
Well, in 1905, the whole city burned down.
Oh my gosh.
And the Opera House was the first building to be built.
Wow, that's crazy. So, Janice, do you have a question? I mean, was there anything that I'm missing that, there's a
Well,
couple more things I'm going to ask, but we are running low.
No, I mean, really just do different cultures, though, definitely believe in different. And the reason I was going to ask Korean culture, does Korean culture believe in the paranormal?
If you've ever watched the Ring,
Mhm.
a lot of the Asian culture has the demons with the hair covering the face, right? So they envision like demons and creatures a little bit different. And then you notice now it's in American movies, but it's they put it in the movies. But I was more curious about like calling out like a Ouija board or something.
I played that when I was a kid, and I was terrified. I'll never play it again.
Close to it.
Do you believe in Ouija boards? I mean, obviously she probably does. I mean, like,
So sometimes when we do corporate events, I actually store the Ouija boards in my closet in between. But we'll do a Ouija board room for corporate events. But I let Sam lead that on my team because she's kind of the expert in that area. I'm really not. I do have a Japanese investigator on my team, Tepe. So yeah, he's more about the apps. I'm more traditional with the ghost hunting equipment.
So you've played that before? Have you done the Ouija?
I have.
Did it when I was 9. It is spooky.
Right.
I never did it again.
I was younger and I did it with a bunch of other martial artists, and we were like, this is not going to be scary, but it kept moving on its own.
It's weird. I can't even, it makes me think, this is what I kind of believe in life. I think that your brain, you only know a little bit. I think that you can manifest things. I do. And there's only so much we know about our brain. So I think you plant seeds, whether they're positive or negative or whatever. And I kind of believe you can make things, but it was, I never played again. It was too much for me.
If somebody can pull up the YouTube channel on their phone in there and take a look at what's going on in there.
Oh.
Yeah, our Tan Talk Network. It looks like.
Are there ghosts behind us?
It looks like you're having a seance. No, I'm serious. Because of the white light in the middle of the table, and you're all like sitting around.
Let's hold hands.
I'm serious.
I do have.
Wait, I'll go get a white sheet and I'll drift behind you back and forth.
We need some candles in here too.
I actually do have a Ouija board story from one of my guests.
Yes.
So there was a guy and his cousin when they were maybe 10 years old, 12 years old. They're playing in the basement of their grandparents' house. And with the Ouija board, and a chair chased them up the stairs.
No way.
That's what he told me. Now,
did he have any beer?
They were little, and you only have to be 8 years old to play with a Ouija board.
But I don't know how I got in that game, but so I feel really bad. This is so interesting to me. I mean, I personally, I try to think only good spirits, and I like the Good Witch and Wizard of Oz, and I try to think positive, but I think it's interesting to hear this. And you do have tour guides, which I never knew about. So can you share those with our listeners right now about the tour guides? And I also want to, we'll talk about this. Yeah. Ooh. Seance. Oh, Ed, DJ Ed. I don't know. Okay, turn the lights back on. I'm scared. Okay. So tell us really quick before we switch, because we're already down and I've got 2 guests left. Can you tell us about what Janice was talking about, the energy?
Dowsing.
Wait, let me turn the lights on for you.
So the dowsing rods originally were used to find water for thousands of years. Now we use them to communicate with spirits. They did it in the Victorian era as well. So they're made out of 99% copper, and you have to hold your hands even. And then the rods, you'll actually feel them pulsing, kind of moving, and you know that you're not doing it. So you can ask yes or no questions by having the spirits cross the rods. They can point to things. They can answer yes or no questions. You can ask in your head out loud. But I would like to say that there are a lot of fake people on TikTok that are taking money from people that are false. Because if you lean forward or you lean back, it's going to give you a yes or a no. So someone can call in and be like, am I going to get married? And then they lean forward and, there goes your $5 for nothing.
This is my credibility right here online.
So,
I'm not doing a thing.
So they're one of the easiest starter things for your paranormal starter kit. Is the dowsing rods.
I am sleeping with my lights on tonight. You're listening to the Tan Talk Radio right here. Am I on? Yeah. Do you hear me? Okay. All of a sudden, I don't hear anything. You're listening to the Shrink and Rob show right here. Tan Talk. I'm scared. I can't even focus. Tan Talk Radio. So don't change the dial. And we are talking here to Cynthia Dominic, paranormal investigator, and I'd like to have you back just for
absolutely, I'd love to.
I got to get back to our guest.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This is so interesting to me. I mean, I am like, I have an open mind to everything. I will say, I do think that we are definitely. There's a lot of good in the world, but I'm starting to see a little evil in the world. Do you deal with evil ghosts?
No, Mike keeps them away from me.
Okay,
I really don't deal with anything malevolent.
Okay.
I would like to let you know that we are doing a public paranormal investigation at the Plum House in Clearwater coming up on November 22nd.
All right. Well, let our listeners know if they want to go, if you want to know more about it, or you want to go to any of these tours, where can everybody find you?
SilentSlayerTours.com. Or you can call me, text me, 727-686-1582.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to be up all night long with my lights on.
Thanks for having me, everyone.
Thank you. And I'd love to have you back on because it's interesting, just from, it's very new. And you've
got a lot more stories.
You definitely believe in it.
100%.
Chris, do you believe in it?
I can't explain it.
Yeah.
So when you can't explain something, you have to kind of okay, there has to be a rational reason why it's happening.
Right.
It's like magic. It's not like, magic. There's a trick behind it, and they know how to manipulate the stuff.
Right.
They're doing stuff that paranormal, something else is doing it. And so if you can't explain it, there's definitely a positive behind there somewhere.
Yeah. Ed, Master Hoon, you guys have any comments for a closing comment?
I'm just undecided, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big horror movie buff, so
Ooh.
I'm one of those that want to believe it, but it just hasn't happened yet.
Oh, well,
So
you need to
I
hang out with
think
her.
I'm gonna go on that tour.
Yo, good
You
luck.
should go with me.
Why don't you
We'll
go and come
We'll
back
go.
on the show? Because I'm not going.
But
I
if
can tell you that
there-
right
if
now.
there's, like-
There's one person that.
If somebody jumps out and scares me, I might throw a kick at their head by accident.
They
No,
won't.
no.
No, they
Well, you
won't.
better go while you're young because your blood pressure starts going up when you get
But
on.
she said,
I ain't doing it.
she said there's no actors. This is all real
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, Detective Jay's
Right.
saying it.
I did it.
So
I did it. It was fun.
I
It's
am
just
scared.
fun.
Are you coming back?
Yes, absolutely.
All
I'd
right.
love to.
All right. Well, thank you so much. One
Thank
more
you.
time where everybody can find you.
So it's Silent Slayer Ghost Tours, silentslayertours.com, or you can call or text me 727-686-1582.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and don't go away. Let's listen to our main song really quick. I'm not going to have a lot of time to it, but let's take a listen.
Raven hair and ruby lips, sparks fly from her fingertips. Echoed voices in the night. She's a restless spirit on an endless flight. Ooh, witchy woman, see how high she flies.
Cynthia, do you think Mike might have liked that song?
Absolutely.
Anyway, don't go away out there. You're listening to the Shrink and Wrap Show right here at TAN Talk Radio. And this is our Halloween segment, and this is our community. And we're having a lot of fun here today. And I'm going to switch it really quick over to, we always have a nonprofit, and I'm going to have to cut it in half for a minute and a half. And do we have Trish on the line?
Yes, hi. I love the show. What a great topic on Halloween.
You are so lucky you stayed home. It is spooky over here. It is spooky.
It reminds me of the Haunted Mansion when you have the ghost in your ride, and that's the only ghost that I want around me.
Yeah, well, we got Mike in the room. He's a friendly ghost. friendly
Yeah,
friendly
you keep
Casper. Casper the friendly ghost. That's right. There is
You
a friendly
keep Mike over there.
Yeah. Anyway, we are short on time today. Can you run through our nonprofit events? Because that's what we're about. We like to give back.
Sure. I'm switching it up a little bit here off the Halloween theme, but we have the Seaside Seabird Sanctuary, which is a nonprofit wildlife rehab facility in Indian Rock Shores, and they're hosting an owl prowl select days in November. So it's a sunset walk through the sanctuary where you learn about owls. And for tickets and more info on that, you can go to eventbrite.com. Saturday, November 3rd, which is this Saturday, Pedal for Paws, that is benefiting the Humane Society of Pinellas, and that's geared towards helping them recover from Hurricane Milton. So they need those funds. So it's a pedal pub ride in downtown St. Pete, and that's Eventbrite also.
That's
And then we have some fun runs coming up this Saturday, the 6th annual Fight Cancer Run in Wesley Chapel. It's a 5K run walk. And Saturday, November 2nd, Outrun Hunger, and that's a 5K at the fairgrounds benefiting Feeding Tampa Bay. Saturday, November 9th, the 4th annual Black Cat 5K run benefiting a kitten place rescue in Valrico. And you can get more information on that at runsignup.com for all of the runs.
That is great. Thank you so much. And, you had mentioned before, and I just want to give a shout out, the Keep Pinellas Clean Group volunteers. Thank you for cleaning our beaches. There's so many people and all our city workers for what you're doing. It is so much. I hope like a business like Massage Envy or somebody can offer them something like a good massage because these guys have been working so hard, our city workers, but everybody that's out there, Devin, everybody, thank you for all that you're doing. Our community's coming together really quick. So thank you so much, Trish, for that. And we are going to switch it over and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Okay, we're going to switch it because we got time running out. Do we have Lisa on the line?
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you for joining the Shrink and Wrap show today. And we're already coming down to 15 minutes of on our clock. But you are running for the Fabulous 40 competition. Tell us a little bit about that. Someone nominated you, and you are actually in the top 15?
20. Top 20, yeah. So this is something that just kind of happened a few weeks ago. I found out that I was in this contest called Fab Over 40. I've never been anything like this, but it's super exciting. It's basically celebrating women who are over 40 years old and our accomplishments and just kind of where we're at in life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm almost 42. I'll be 42 in December. So I'm very proud to be a part among these amazing women.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, I need votes to win. So, you can vote for me. I can give you the link of how to vote, but it's really just a celebration of all of amazing women that are over 40.
Yeah, and I love that. Every woman and men too should be proud of your age. Don't hide it. I mean,
Exactly.
Be proud of how old you are, and it's another gift of life. And I think today there's so many things that can just keep you young, and it's the way it's your mind, which we're going to hear more about that. And there's so many products out there too. But Lisa, you say 40 years of living has allowed you to experience and truly learn who you are, and that you're grateful for every experience of life so far.
I do. I truly feel like, you really do get wiser each and every year. And so this is the decade for me that I feel like I've truly come to know myself better than ever before. So, we've said 30 is the new 20. I truly feel 40 is the new 30, or 40 is even the new 20. Like you really are. It's a mindset. It's not about your number. And I feel like I'm in better physical shape, better mental shape now at 41 years old. And it's just about celebrating each and every day.
I love that. I love it. We need to mentor each other. So can you give us tell us, I want everybody to check out Lisa. I am validating her. Where can they find you to vote?
So the easiest way is just to go onto my Instagram. It's a public Instagram account. It's Lisa S as in Sam Galli, Galli, Lisa S Galli. That's my Instagram page. And on there in my bio, you'll see the link where you can vote. It's free to vote. You can vote every 24 hours if you have the time, if you remember. But I truly appreciate everybody's support, and can't thank everyone enough because I've had some amazing support come through so far.
Yeah, and I voted for you. You can actually make a donation. It goes towards breast cancer. Wasn't it? Yes. So you can do $25, I think, and 25 votes goes to a nonprofit for something like that. And for Lisa, and I am validating Lisa. So if you have any questions, good luck to you. Keep us posted.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on, and I'll be talking to you later.
And happy Halloween.
Thank you. Same to you, girl. Stay away from Mike. His name's Mike. He's a ghost. Anyway, stay away from him, Lisa.
Bye.
All right. So if
Bye.
you'd like more information on that vote or anything that we talked about today, you can call our DJ Ed at 727-441-3000 right here at TAN Talk Radio, 727-441-3000. And you're listening to 106.1 FM. And now, we're going to get to the most important part for all of you little raps out there that are driving in your car and you're scared right now. We are going to talk, and we're going to try to overcome fear. I'm going to introduce you, Janice, Detective Jay. Introduce us to our next guest.
I'd like to introduce you to Master Hoon Park. And he is the son of Grandmaster Park of the World Taekwondo Federation. And I've known him for many, many years, and actually met him through my husband, Master Christopher Manson-Hing. And they are both 7th Dan black belts, which is pretty high ranking up there. It's
Congratulations.
Like way up there. It's like in the top 100. Yeah, it's way up there. And Master Hoon really took over when his dad retired, and boom, he's got schools. He's in the movies. He's got a lot going on.
Ooh, I want your autograph right now. Wait, right here. Don't do it in red, though. I don't think that's right. Right there.
He just went to Atlanta. He did a big movie up there. So, and it all kind of started with my husband, of course, Master Chris.
Your autograph too, Master Chris. Hollywood Chris.
Hollywood Chris, them working together.
Nice.
And what's really great now is Master Chris is teaching with Master Hoon. So go from there.
Yes. I'm hearing a little background music. Are we good?
It sounds
Is that,
like
is that
a little
Mike again in the
crossover.
ghost?
Here you
Okay.
go.
All
Take
right.
it
So
away.
tell
Take
us
it
a
away,
little
Master
bit.
Him.
Thank you so much for being here today. And we got a cram show, so I'm going to run through this quick, but I
Yes.
want quality. And you're always welcome to come here because both of you, you're our raps now.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
cannot bring Mike. I'm sorry. I'm obsessed with that. I can't take it.
You
Okay.
can't come.
That's right. So, what is the history? First of all, tell us the importance of martial arts. I want everyone to know why someone should take martial arts. Both you and Master Chris can answer those questions.
Absolutely. Everybody thinks martial arts is just kicking and punching. And what people have to realize is the martial arts that I train, Taekwondo, Hapkido, Jiu-Jitsu, it goes beyond just combat. It goes for principle, for bettering yourself. There's perseverance. There's self-discipline. There's courtesy. So respect for others. So it goes beyond just the physical side, but also the mental side. And that's where we're going back to fear, right? To overcome fear.
Yes.
Everybody has goals that they want to attain in life.
Yeah.
So martial arts is not just for the physical side, but also the mental side. We can go to the gym every day, right? And lift weights.
Yes.
That's great. We can go on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Great. But what about the mental side? And that's
Absolutely.
martial arts.
And the spiritual side.
The spiritual side, right? Indomitable spirit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I looked it up because I really never knew what I always hear I'm in martial arts, and of course, Master Chris, I've heard and know your story. You both owned a company as well,
Yeah.
but it says practicing martial arts offers a nice boost of feel-good chemicals like endorphins that lift your mood as well. So let's get into what is the history of your martial arts.
So
We heard a little bit from
right,
Janice.
it goes. Oh,
No, we already heard from her.
Oh,
Sorry,
right.
sorry, sorry,
So-
sorry.
Yeah, I introduced you. You got
But
the
I
mic.
want
Go for it.
your what is your
Right.
history? that
So
you
it
can
goes
share?
all the way back from my father he was in the Vietnam War, and he trained U.S. soldiers in the Vietnam War. So he fought alongside U.S. And during the war, he was actually captured,
Oh wow.
and he was in the prison camp for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So the Viet Cong captured him, and he was in the prison. So he had to fight and survive during that time. And we're talking about in the prison, he had to sleep even with dead bodies. There's dead bodies in the prison. And so what happened was they wanted to send him off to North Korea. And everybody knows going to North Korea is a death sentence. So then he escaped and actually escaped through the jungle to Cambodia. But then when he got captured in Cambodia, they thought he was a spy. So then they threw him in the third world prison there. And everybody knows third world prison, he said it was actually worse because he was with military soldiers in the concentration camp when they captured him in Vietnam. But when he was in Cambodia, he was in third world prison. So you're in there with the rapists, the murderers, the serial killers, the worst of the worst. So he had to fight to survive. Not only that, the food, I'm sure you can imagine, is awful over there. And then he said the skin, you couldn't bathe, so the skin was there. And then again, it's just that type of environment. You're fighting to survive. And then finally, he got lucky and he was able to slip a note that reached the American embassy and he was released.
Wow.
Right. So
That's
he has this
incredible.
huge story. But
Does he have a book out or anything
he
like that?
does, and it's
What's
called
his book?
the Jungle of Death, but it's only in Korean.
Mini
Ah,
So
but can you get a translator?
We need to get a good. So we're looking for a good translator to translate this book.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, that's amazing. We got to talk more about that. That's incredible. What an incredible
And so
story.
that's the lineage of martial arts that's now passed down directly from father to son, and also Master Chris trained directly under my father as well.
Wow. So how did you come into connection to his dad? Master Chris?
Back in the 70s when I came over here to America, Taekwondo was the only martial arts known to Americans.
Right.
I was practicing the Japanese karate over in South America. And so they said, we have to do Taekwondo. I said, okay, I'll start over. That's not a problem. I was never really one for the ranking and stuff. So I had no, and Grandmaster Park was well known.
Yeah.
He was very, very well known. So ever since then, I was with him. And then I met both his sons. I've been, I've trained with him so long. I went through a couple wives. His wives, but he's awesome guy, and his story is unbelievable. And actually, a little birdie told me he's coming here in December.
Ah, little birdie.
Maybe.
Well, maybe
if
we
you
can
want
get
to
it on
hear
here.
exactly from him, directly from him.
Let's have him on and bring his book, and maybe he can translate it for us, both of you.
Yes, of
Because
course.
we're already at 3:54.
Yes.
I feel that the show's over. I'm going to ask these questions really quick.
Let's do it.
And because then I've got to switch it over for a minute and a half of entertainment. But What were you going to say? What were you going to say right now?
Oh.
Did you want to say something?
I know that you guys were talking about fear, right? So when we go back to fear and overcoming fear, people have to realize it's like stress, right? There's eustress and distress, right? Two types of stress. So stress for like a competition, stress for a test.
Yes.
So same thing with fear. So fear is not always a bad thing because fear can make you aware.
Yes.
The only thing that fear is bad is when you cower, right? That's why there's flight or fight. So we want to make sure that the reason that we can fight is because we train.
Right.
Because we're used to that. It's repetition. Over time, we train, so our mind trains. So now it's instinct, right? So we train to become natural instinct, right? That's why animals, they can fight right when they're cornered.
Yeah.
So we train to let it become natural instinct, natural behavior. And then that's when we can go ahead and always overcome. So that's why martial arts comes into play.
Okay, that's amazing.
Right.
Yeah, and it says right here, practicing the martial arts takes the student down a path towards mental improvement.
Yes.
So real quick, your dad taught you, Master Chris through your father.
Yes.
And you were involved in a stunt work in 2 words. Can you tell us, and then I'll have you back on.
I'll make this one really quick.
Uh-huh.
The film community in Florida is slow. And I'm trying to bring it back and bring some action into there.
Bring it
So
here.
I have to go to Atlanta, unfortunately, to go, but I'll bring it back over here. I was just on the film set of Cobra Kai doing a little bit of stuff.
Wow, that's so cool.
And the last season, it's on Netflix coming
I
up.
got your autograph. I got your autograph. I'm glad.
Small role.
Yeah, so we definitely will promote that here. I'm so excited. And are there any stories? Well, we'll get to the stories later, but where can people go to your schools?
Yes. So I have a location in Tampa and a location in Clearwater.
Okay.
They can visit for our Tampa location, jparkmartialarts.com.
Okay.
And then our Clearwater location, afterschoolkarate.com.
Wow. If you're out there, and what age students do you take?
Kindergarten and up.
Can you be 80?
And you could be, when I say up, there's no limit.
Okay, so that is so good to know. And Detective Jay and Master Chris, I want you both to promote him every time you're here. So that's so neat because we need mind, and we need all this. Everybody needs this right now in our world. So
I would like to have him back on sometime.
Oh yeah, I say next week. I always say next week. Are you available next week?
Well, I brought these boards for you to break next week. Then we'll see.
Yeah, we got down 3 minutes. So no, do you want to break it really quick? Can you break
it was for you.
I can't break that.
I was going to teach you to overcome fear today.
Next week.
Okay, next week. We'll overcome fear.
I'm going to break it. We're down to 3 minutes. I'm going to have Renee on. Thank you so much. And if you want more information, again, call the studio here, 727-441-3000. And you just heard it, 106.1 FM Tan Talk, if you want to take classes. Thank you so much for your time. And next week.
Thank you for having me.
It's a date, right?
I'll be back.
All right, you'll be back. All right, do we have Renee on? Renee, hello. We've got 1 minute, girl. 1 minute, if that. 30 seconds. How are you doing, entertainment? Are you there?
I have.
Talk fast. 30 seconds, my sweet friend, and I'm so sorry. What you got for our Tampa Bay community?
Okay, I have a happy Halloween, little Halloween trivia since it is in Halloween today.
Yeah.
Ranking was done by
Breaking up
on all of the breaking up. How about now?
Yeah,
is that better?
That's better, girl. Yeah, you got it.
Okay. There was a ranking that was done by Wallet Hub on about 100 largest cities in the United States who had the top Halloween parties or events in America. And guess who ranked up there?
Who?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. And it's all because of you, Renee, because you're our entertainment host and you have been doing your homework for the Tampa Bay area. So thank you so much.
Okay.
We're down to 1 minute. Can you just give us one event really quick? 1 minute. And I need 30 seconds of that. I got it. Make it quick. Make it quick.
I'm trying. Okay. I'm so trying. Okay, St. Petersburg. You have the Savor St. Petersburg Festival this weekend. If you haven't been out there, you guys got to do it.
Ooh.
It starts at 11 o'clock. You can get tickets still on savor.com, or you can go to stpetersburg.com. You'll find it there. And then also in Hillsborough, we start the county fair, and that's for 12 days. And it's Hillsborough County Fair. all kinds of great acts, all kinds of events. Go to hillsborocountyfair.com for all the acts.
Renee, 5 seconds. 5 seconds. I'm being pushed out of here. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're done. Thank you. And everybody, listen to the Demon song right now.
Clearwater. FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
When the presidential campaigning is in the West today, Arizona, Nevada, and New Mexico. Donald Trump in Albuquerque praising Latinos and seeking their votes.
They're smart. They're entrepreneurial as hell. They're great entrepreneurs, actually. Great small business owners and big business owners, too.
Linda Kenyon reports on the Kamala Harris campaign.
The vice president responding to former President Donald Trump's remark this week that he will protect women, quote, whether the women like it or not.
It actually is, I think, very offensive to women in terms of not understanding their agency, their authority, their right, and their ability to make decisions about their own lives, including their own bodies.
Speaking in Wisconsin, Harris reminded people that Donald Trump has said women should be punished for their choices, and he's spoken with great pride about taking away abortion rights. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken said today 8,000